Hello Cancer, my name is Alison and you're with Healing Dove Tarot. Today we're going to have a look at the love energy surrounding you from the 25th of June until the 9th of July. So let's get started. Thank you universe, thank you angels, my higher self. Please give me a clear and accurate reading for the sign of Cancer. In love, from the 25th of June until the 9th of July. What do they need to know? Please show me. Wow, Cancer, a lot of energy around you at the moment. We are coming up to your birthday month, so it could very well mean that you're coming into your own energy. I do have the Nine of Pentacles here and the Queen of Wands. Lots of communication with your partner, Cancer. Some of you are dealing with a fire sign, and the fire sign's in reverse, so it's showing me that there are a little bit of hostility. I have the Five of Swords too, which means finally ending a battle. I think you might have even had this in your reading last month. Please show me, what are the messages? There we go. For some of you, it's an air sign. Whoever it is that you're arguing with, they're not very happy. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands, which is my card of arguments. Okay, so there's the Devil card at the bottom too, which could mean that there's a Capricorn involved. So I see, in terms of signs, Cancer, I see Capricorn, Sagittarius, a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or an air sign. Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Okay, so showing me that you're coming into this period arguing with your partner. Again, I'm sorry, I call the cards as I see them. I have the Five of Swords with the Five of Wands. So it's showing me that that's ending. You are ending. Someone's giving up and walking away. So whatever the argument is, whatever the battle is, and I still feel it's very much over money. It is ending. The good news is by the end of this period, as you're coming into the 9th of July, but I also think it's sooner than that. I think it might be around about the 1st of July. You kind of get out of that period. We have a full moon in Capricorn on the 28th, and full moons are all about completions and cycles. And generally full moons represent what's happened from 6 months ago. So the last full moon in Capricorn, I believe, was in January earlier this year. So you are seeing the ending of whatever that cycle is that's brought into your life. It's now finally, this is the final completion of that, moving on. If you are in a relationship, that means that whatever it is that you've been arguing about, or whatever the stress is that's caused between you, it's now finally going to come to an end, and it will cease being a problem. Okay, and I can say that with all honesty because I see the Eight of Wands coming here in communication, and I see the Fool of starting new. Okay, so for those that are coupled in relationships and you have been having arguments and things have been a little tense, and you know you haven't been getting on, and I feel you've been arguing over finances and money, just know that that's coming to an end. Okay, so you will start July and it will feel like as if a weight's been lifted off your shoulder. Okay, Cancer, you've had a pretty challenging 6 months for some of you, and I know it hasn't been easy when it comes to love, so just know that that's ending. All right. For my single Cancers out there, my single lady Cancers and men, I see some options on the board. Okay. The Eight of Wands shows me text messages, calls, text messages, lots of calls. I have a Queen of Wands, so it could be a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or I have a King of Swords, which could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Sorry, I had to think there for a moment. I was just getting messages about this connection. It's really interesting that both of these cards, these court cards as they're called, that represent people, have come up in the reverse. The Queen of Wands in the upright is this charming, very enigmatic person, right? She's like, she walks into a room and she's like commands the whole room. People are drawn to her. She has this energy. And in this picture she's painted as having a black cat on her shoulder, and she wields the wand of creativity. She's fiery, she's determined. No one gets in the way of the Queen of Wands. In the reverse, and if you are dealing with a female fire sign, whether you're male or female, this female fire sign in the reverse is not a pleasant lady. She is manipulative, she's emotional, she can be quite feisty, okay, even sometimes a bit physical and violent. And for those of you that are female watching you dealing with a man, and ignore the fact that it's Queen or King, right? It'll apply, you'll know. The King of Swords in the upright is very logical, very charming. His strength is his knowledge and his intellect, and he usually will charm you that way, just by simply knowing things that no other person has, and the way he catches you off guard by that. But in the reverse, he can be quite cutting with his words, okay, even to the point of being malicious. So if you are dating these characters and they are showing these personality traits, just know it's their shadow side, okay? They're in the reverse, it's their shadow side. They're not in the upright, they're not being themselves. And I think that's because they've got a lot of stuff going on around them. When I picked up both cards, I could feel this energy. I feel a lot with my hands. I could feel this energy around this air sign in particular. There's a lot of other stuff going on that doesn't pertain to you when it comes to love. So just be patient, because this cycle of bickering or maybe shortness it's about to come to an end. It's like as if that just snaps and then the cloud lifts and they're able to communicate with you more, okay? It is the card of the Fool. The Fool is the first card of the deck. It's actually 0 representative, so it's not part of the major arcana. It's kind of one that stands on its own. It's the complete beginning of a new cycle, and I think that couldn't be any more timely with the Capricorn full moon coming in on the 28th of this month. So I think you'll start to see this shift coming in. And if you are dating and you're choosing between these two people and you've got a fire sign and an air sign and you're sort of not sure which way to go, just take your time with it, okay? Don't rush getting out of being single, because this is you in all your glory, Cancer. This is you being stunningly beautiful, very wise. You've got the little owl down there at the bottom of the picture. You're very clever with money. You're very loyal. You're focused on home and you're communicating with this person. So just hold your own, okay, in this situation, whether you're coupled or whether you're single. Don't be in a rush in this 2-week period to make any rash changes. Yeah. So I didn't even get a chance to ask for additional guidance and it came out straight away. We have the 2 of Cups, which is coming together. So if you are in a relationship, it's exactly as I was saying. You're coming out of this period of bickering and fighting and kind of being in each other's throats. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of the picture on the card. And you're really coming together to unify your love again, okay? And I'll read you the meaning of the card as I do, because I feel like my poor Cancers, you've had such a struggle these last few weeks. There's so much stuff going on around, especially when it comes to money. Okay, coming together. Harmony, romance, healing, and commitment. This is a card of partnership and harmony. It suggests a new romance or a deepening of an existing one. You may find that a current friendship blossoms into something more, or an exciting new love steps into your life. Woohoo! It's either a fire sign or an air sign. When this card appears, it often signifies taking love to the next level. It is time for you to make a greater commitment to any of your relationships. Perhaps you'll find that a partner is now ready to commit more fully to the relationship. Marriage or union of some kind may be on the horizon. This is also a card of healing, of people coming together in spirit of love and forgiveness. What was I saying for those of you that have been bickering and fighting? Are you involved in any relationships where misunderstandings or disputes have placed distance between you? Perhaps it's time to bring harmony back to those relationships by calling a truce and starting over again. Wow, beautiful. Let me repeat that. Perhaps it's time to bring harmony back to those relationships by calling a truce and starting over again. So Cancer, for those of you that are together in a relationship and you have been arguing and fighting, I see this beautiful soulmate love, this reconnection coming back, remembering why you got married in the first place, remembering why you're together as boyfriend and girlfriend, as partners. For those of you that are dating, one of these two people that seems a little bit harsh could very well be your soulmate, okay? So just take your time. Don't be in a rush, okay? Take your time, really take your time with it, because the energies that's around you are showing that cycle's ending. And if it's not a fire sign or an air sign for you in particular, Cancer, and you're watching this, there is soulmate love coming for you. And it might not be in this 2 weeks, but it's coming. Okay? Woo! Best reading so far, Cancer. I wish you love and light, and I'll be back with you soon. Take care.